I agree with you. It was very cool to see EG bring some things out of the bag and kind of take that strategy to a different level. But again, the draft was kind of gimmicky.
There is that, and he does a really good breakdown of it, that they just don't seem to have a consistent game plan going into draft, and it's something that I think has held them back a lot. I love the Game 3 draft with Nocturne because, Kennen wants to flank. Leona wants a strong engage, and ideally from a position of power where she's not being seen. Hey, who gives that? Allows you to do that. Nocturne. It was so well done, and they were winning until they decided to take fights without their ultimates. And it culminated in Game 5 where they tried a comp that just was not viable and just didn't work out. That being said, what I'm trying to get at is that EG looked better than they have all year.
Yeah. That might not be the last time you see EGTL play.
I think, Chris, you've been saying this from the start of the year. You're looking to summer.
I am looking to summer.
This bodes really well.
I think that's such a good point, right? And of course they're trying to win every match in front of them. But I think that they're going for summer too, right? Like I think that they probably aren't necessarily saying we're going to make MSI. Only one team makes it. We're going to try and go and test some things out. We're going to try and improve every step of the way. Like, how can we try some stuff out in this match that will benefit us later, right? And I think that this is where, EG is definitely on the come up. There's no reason not to be bullish on them kind of heading into the rest of this tournament. But like you just said, like summer, I am very much looking forward to those guys. It just feels like they're kind of coming into form. They started to perform. I mean,
it does.
It feels like it's going to be turning into a top 3 into a top 4. You could easily see that happening this summer.
They haven't hit their ceiling.
Well, I don't know. I think it might be a top
short
3
point there,
considering a performance of one team.
Okay, well, let's just behave for a little bit.
But
listen. They haven't hit their ceiling yet. I'll agree with you on that end. The most encouraging thing for me, which you touched on a little bit, Nikki, is just that, like the pacing thing. You can't play at TL's pace, and it felt like map 1 was necessary to like flip that switch. Like we can't let them just set up their team fights and like let them outlane us the entire game and then play at their pace afterwards. Like it's just not going to work. So you've got to decide like where you're going to pick your fights. And I think they did a good job of that afterwards. And obviously there were issues with engaging and maybe building a comp around an ultimate that you then decided to not fight with, as we've said several times already. But that is just disappointing because that could have easily gone their way.
It's been really interesting to see Rogue's playstyle evolve and adapt without Inspired, and EG's playstyle with Inspired, because he was carry. He's so clearly and I think this was something that we discussed previously. He's like a resource-focused carry. One of those junglers that is like playing carry junglers culminates in, hey, give me Nidalee, I'm going to win this game.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. But
they did kind of draft for him to carry, which is good.
They drafted for him to carry, and that's and I don't think that's a bad thing for EG. Like this is something we talked about in Discord, and I think it's kind of a good point. Is that like, both of them have benefited, and in ways that I don't think I would have necessarily expected, especially on the EG side.
I mean, Danny might have carried a map in there, but he had the one absolute ripper, which was fun to watch. But I agree with you, and it was very cool to see them realize kind of what the best case scenario was for them in drafting around Inspired, and then it did come to fruition in map 5, which was a little interesting, and they kind of got stomped, which disappointing as that is. TL moves on though.